And Chris Bishop here live on the scene here at Juneteenth 1998, Martin Luther King Park, just off Genesee Street on the city's east side. Of course, we're coming together today to celebrate freedom, unity, and family, and I hope that you'll stay tuned. This is a BCTV Tonight special, of course, coming to you on BCTV, which is TCI Channel 18, of course, being brought to you by Jet Set Entertainment. We're going to talk to some folks who are some pioneers of Juneteenth, show you some sights and some sounds of what's going on here today, and just to really give you a little taste of that vibe if you didn't come and check us out. So we're going to dodge these raindrops, but nonetheless, we're going to come back Juneteenth 1998, BCTV, TCI 18, and Jet Set Entertainment. Stay tuned.
Coming into review of the 30th. Robbie Highsmith and Arthur Poe, Arthur first Juneteenth Queen and King of the Festival of the Buffalo, New York. This is the first Juneteenth King and Queen. That was at the beginning of the Juneteenth Festival back in 1976. The first Queen and King. And it's a 1939 Buick restored sedan. In white, driven by Larry White. Bringing it into review now. Let's give a big round of applause for this masterpiece, what he worked on and did recondition himself. Give a big round of applause. There's Arthur Pope in there, sitting back in there, who is our first king. You will step out there, Arthur, so we can take a good look at you. Arthur Cowboy Pope. Everybody know him as Cowboy. I know him myself as that. And the first king and queen of the Juneteenth Festival. They will now take their place on the podium. Give them a big round of applause and welcome them in to the podium.
Go, girl.
Yes.
She's a female Tiger Woods.
Go ahead, then, Angel. Let's give Angel a big round of applause. Glad to have you, Angel. Glad to have you. All right. All right, do your thing.
The Senior Crusaders.
The Senior Crusaders drill team. Let's give them a big round of applause as they come into the reviewing area. The Crusaders, I give you the Crusaders. Put your hands together. Show your love. The Crusaders under the command of Marcus O'Brown. And he's looking for some recruits. And their address is 39, telephone number 876-64, your love. As they move on.
I think these might be the Senior Crusaders here.
These are the seniors. I guess those were the juniors. But howsoever, put your hands together and bring them all into the reviewing area. Somebody get hurt on it. What happened? Oh my God. I think you need to stage.
I'm too impressed to speak, John, really.
Oh, that's a knockout. Hit him. Look at this. Look at this. All right. Let's put our hands together out there. Go ahead. Oh my, just look at those ladies out there. Just look at them. Show your love.
All right, gentlemen. Omega, side 5. There's somebody behind you with everything.
What's the name of that track?
Omega side 5. Go ahead.
Go to college.
Omega side 5. Omega side 5. Give them a big round of applause as they do their thing. The biggest sci-fi. No. All right, then. Are you?
And Chris Bishop here, TCI Channel 18, BCTV Jet Set Entertainment, Juneteenth 1998 here at Martin Luther King Park. And with me here, one of the organizers, the director this year of Juneteenth 98, Albert Cootie Blanks. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it. You must be a very tired man at this point. Tell me a little bit about your day and just your feelings and thoughts first and foremost about everything that's going on today.
Oh, it's been a long day. But look, the sky is shining on us. We thought it was going to rain, and looked like it's going to be a wonderful day. The crowd has turned out. It's really impressive. People are all over the place. We got some of everything for everybody. So the only thing I can tell folks is to come on down, get involved, enjoy yourself, because Juneteenth is bigger and better than ever.
Of course, you've been around for many Juneteenths. In fact, one of the original founders of Juneteenth way back in '76 when it was on Jefferson Avenue. Give folks a little bit of a history lesson, A, about Juneteenth through the years. This is the 23rd one. And then B, what Juneteenth is all about.
Well, Juneteenth originally, when we sat down, a group of us, and talked about what could we do for the city of Buffalo, the community, to enhance jobs and economic development and education. One of the members came up with the idea of Juneteenth. They told us about the celebration that is celebrated throughout the South and how it came about. The fact that Juneteenth came about as a result of slaves first learning that they were free, that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed, and in fact that they were free to go about doing whatever they wanted to and didn't have to answer to the master anymore. And so we set upon educating the people here about Juneteenth and what it meant and how we could take it and expand upon that in the community.
Do a little bit of a compare and contrast to me. Juneteenth 1998 as opposed to Juneteenth 1976. How far has it come?
Well, Juneteenth has evolved considerably. With a lot of corporate sponsors. When we first started, monies were raised through people going in their pockets, door to door, nickel and diamond, fun pie sales, chicken and stuff of that nature. Now you have more corporate sponsors. People are now wanting to come in and be a part, get their banners and things recognized in Juneteenth. Okay, so it gives everyone the exposure of what there is out there as far as jobs, education, the whole works. We have it all. Health, it's here. You can come in and get some insight as to what it is that you want to be a part of.
Take a look around everything that's going on here in the park. Tell me, do you feel proud about everything, you know, the individual booths and just the people getting together, the sense of unity and togetherness that we have down here at Juneteenth?
Well, as you look around, you see everybody's here represented. We have a cross-section not only of the inner city, but people from outskirts, from abroad, Canada and other places that have come in to share this feeling of Juneteenth with us. So we're reaching out, expanding, inviting others to come in and join in this festivity, and we're having a great time.
Tell me a little bit about your responsibilities for today.
My responsibilities are to help pull together, make sure that everything that we have set up in place actually takes place, and that things run smoothly. That the health care, the ambulance services, security, and anything else that is necessary in providing appropriate means for folks to be able to enjoy themselves are here.
Tell me a little bit. We got a Juneteenth 99 coming up next year, and then the silver anniversary in the year 2000. Tell me how folks who may be sitting at home, they were here, how if they want to get on board for next year, how they can get involved at that point in time.
Well, you'll see folks walking around with clipboards, with volunteers that are signing up people who would like to get involved. Regardless of what you want to do, there's something you can do in Juneteenth. The more, the merrier. In other words, ideas come from everywhere and everyone. We're begging and folks to come on in, sit down. If you have an idea of what you would like to see, come on, let's talk about it. Because this is the way we expand upon what we have. And it's a community affair which we all enjoy.
Okay. Is there anything else I left out or anything else I failed to touch upon at this point?
Well, you come next year, we'll have Doug Ruffin Jr., Doug Ruffin Sr., coordinators of the Juneteenth Festival this year will be again with us next year. And we're, as I said earlier, we're imploring everyone to come on, join in with us, be a part of it. Let's make it happen.
Okay. All right, looks like the prayers have worked. The sun is opening up, skies opening up here at Martin Luther King Park. We want to get Demetrius in here. You talked about those clipboards. This is Demetrius Elbert's son, and of course a whole new generation taking part in Juneteenth. So we have Elbert Cootie Blanks, one of the original founders, directors of Juneteenth, and of course his son Demetrius, who will be coming in the next generation. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Good luck and thanks a lot.
With us. All right.
Thanks.
Okay, yes, greetings, Buffalo. We're here at Juneteenth, enjoying ourselves. God has blessed us with another beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful artworks, beautiful people, beautiful talent. The sister here is from One World Tribe, one of the beautiful groups from Buffalo. You'll get a chance to see them later because they're performing tonight at Buffalo Museum of Science. Beautiful Buffalo. Enjoy Juneteenth. Support it. Come out this year, next year, every year.
All I'd like to say is I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, and I really am enjoying your Juneteenth very much. I would hope that you would begin to send out notices all over the country for those persons that don't know about your Juneteenth, because this is probably one of the best functions that I've seen in a long time. I would just like to admonish you to continue to serve God, continue to support African American people all over the world so that we continue to grow in God's grace. Thank you, and please come this evening and enjoy One World Tribe. Thank you.
Give thanks. Peace and blessings always, you know? Give thanks, Brother Doug. Stay strong.
How many wars will we have to bear before our home is have a world that feeds them? Before our children have a world that cares? We are one. We are one. Before the righteous don't live life in silence, without a gentle place to rest their thoughts. How many things will we let go by us? Asking for money in the name of God. We are one. We are one. What kind of weapons did they choose to make? What kind of schools will they build tomorrow? What kind of drugs will our children take? And we are one. We are one. How many songs must we sing for freedom? How many nights before we see the sun? How many nights before we know it's just us? Before we know that
I'm back out once again at Juneteenth 1998 Martin Luther King Park, and with me right now a couple of the original participants of Juneteenth 1976. Of course, 1998 marks the 23rd anniversary of Juneteenth. Right now we want to introduce you to some folks who were down with the first Juneteenth. Why don't you introduce yourselves, ladies, first?
I'm Ruby Highsmith.
Your name?
Arthur Poe.
Thank you very much, Ruby and Arthur. Thanks so much for joining me. Tell us, of course, you were involved in the Malik and Malika contest in Juneteenth 1976, which effectively crowned the king and queen of Juneteenth. Tell me a little bit about your participation in that event and sort of how it became, not a tradition, but how you sort of think back about it here in 1998.
Mr. Poe, would you like to start?
I was in the beginning of the Juneteenth. I was a business owner here in Buffalo, New York. My place of business was the Midnight Cowboys Lounge, and I've always tried to be sort of active in different things that takes place in the city of Buffalo. And I was invited to come to some meetings at the Bill headquarters. That was back in 76, I believe, when we first started talking about it. In 77, I wasn't supposed to be a runner-up of King. I was supposed to have been one to help get this started. After weeks of struggles and meetings and whatever we had, there come a time where we was running short of money. So running short of money, someone's always have said and thought I had money, but I didn't have any. But anyway, they says, well, we'll take Cowboy, and Cowboy, you go out and make this money. So we were something like $1,600 short. So they gave me 2,000 tickets. I went back to my place of business and I began to sell tickets. The next day I walked in, I gave Bill Gator $900. He looked at me and he says, Cowboy, where you get this from? I says, we got friends in Buffalo. So he says, great, you think we're going to be able to get the other? And I says, well, if I don't sell the tickets, I'll donate it to the Juneteenth, because I think Juneteenth is something that Buffalo needs. I mean, we need to go back. We need to go back and pick up some of the old history. I mean, from which we came. This new life, new style of life, I mean, it's okay, but we need to go back. On Friday, I called Bill Gator, and I told him, I says, Bill Gator, I says, I'm still selling tickets. I said, now tomorrow I'll have your other money. He said, just the $600? I says, I don't know. So the next day I walked up, I handed him $900. He says, I thought you was only going to get $6. I said, that's okay. So we ran up, and I ended up winning, being the king of Juneteenth with my queen, Ruby Highsmith. We were supposed to took a trip to Canada. Since Juneteenth was short of funds, Ruby and I, we did not go to Canada. So we've been part of this Juneteenth, and we've been pushing every year. This is my third year in a row that I've been here. I come here on my own expense, and I've enjoyed it up so far.
Now, where are you from now?
I'm living in Buckatuna, Mississippi. Buckatuna, Mississippi. Okay, I'm there, and I comes back, and I think I'll continue to come back as long as my health will let me drive or ride or fly or whatever. I'll be back. And what I would like to say to the Buffalo, we need to get behind Juneteenth. Let's make Juneteenth what Bill Gator and I had decided that we wanted it to be when we first started it. Now, all it takes is some effort. You give them just a little time, and you don't have to give them a whole lot of time. Just a whole lot of you come and give a little time, and that's a whole lot of time.
We want to get Ruby in here. Of course, she was your queen back in 76. Tell me your thoughts about that whole event and just being a participant of Juneteenth now and what it was like being the queen of the event of the Malik and Malika contest back in 76.
I think I was blessed that I had an organization backing me, which was the Community Action Organization of Erie County, and their main office now is at 70 Harvard. Julian Dargan at that time in 76 was the executive director. Charlie T. Perkins, the deputy executive director, is now deceased, I think about 3 or 4 years. He was my manager. But I was blessed that I had a community action organization that was backing me, to sponsor me, paid for my gown, made it possible for me to sell numerous tickets. I had a team that worked with me very highly, and it was Charlie T. Perkins, William C. Snyder Sr. that was riding in the car with me, and God bless Mr. Larry White Sr. We rode in his car today, and 1939 Buick, I believe it was, white Buick, right, white wall tires and everything. But like I said, the CAO would please some people like Florence Ball, Margaret Strasner. My supervisor was Pat White. There was David Collins. A lot of people. I had people, one person I can't think of right now. His first name was William, that did my posters for me. I truly appreciate it. And so many other people that were there for me. I would hope that those participants and contestants that ran behind us in 1976, including Bill Gator's daughter, I would love to see them come out so that they might be recognized for 1999 and the year 2000 and whenever we can have a Juneteenth. And I believe Cowboy and I will try to be here continuously, and I hope to be a part of the Juneteenth committee starting in 1998.
Mr. Pope.
To work with them.
Mr. Poe talked about that. So how would you guys play a role in reviving the Malik and Malika contest, and would it be a good idea for the upcoming years for Juneteenth?
Well, I would probably stay in contact with this man across from me, Mr. Doug Ruffin Jr., because he's given me a lot of information, and Cowboy and I on the Juneteenth for the last few years that we participated. And I would probably stay in contact with him and find out who the president is of the Juneteenth committee so that I could work. And I'm sure numerous calls would probably be made between myself and Cowboy and other organizations to support it.
Tell me a little bit about the contest. Tell me a little bit about the contest itself, how it went on in '76, and how you would sort of envision a contest happening in the year '99, 2000 if it were to be revived next year.
Well, for the Juneteenth, we must do something to help bear the expense of the Juneteenth. And that was the first idea that came up in the meeting, that we would have contests with the king and the queen in order to raise money to pay for this. I mean, this is not given to us free. Buffalo don't give us free grounds to have the Juneteenth. So what I'm saying is this, like before, I says if everybody pitch in a little bit, we will be able to do these things. And to come up with another runner-up of king and queen, it would be meaning that everybody would be able to pitch in a little bit to help the Juneteenth as far as finance is concerned. And it would be nice. I would love to see someone come up and challenge me and Ruby Highsmith for king and queen.
Ruby, tell me a little bit about the contest, or what sort of message you have to a young person who would maybe want to get involved in the contest next year.
Well, I first of all would say, feel proud, okay? Be positive. Never think negative, regardless of what you can do. If you ever think positive, all your goals can be completed, and I believe that. I would hope that maybe we could get someone from our mayor's office to understand why should we have to pay for Martin Luther King Park each year. The funds that we need for this park, these people are paying for concession stands that I'm sure is a numerous amounts of dollars. I'm hoping that these prices could come down, and God bless us, we've been able to hold up with the weather this year, and we're hoping it wouldn't rain, and hopefully every year coming that we can make more and more progress and more people be out and benefit from the Juneteenth Festival.
Tell me a little bit about the criteria for the contest back in '76.
Well, from what I was told from my manager, Charlie T. Perkins from CAO, he was saying that you have to be assertive, for one thing. He said they're looking for a community-related person, somebody that's involved and who cares about people. And lucky enough, like I said, I had a team that was working with me that was very positive.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here, and now we have the King and Queen way back in '76 of the Malik and Malika contest, and of course things are in the works right now to sort of revive that contest. Arthur Poe, who one time was a Buffalo resident, now what's the name of the town again?
A little town called Buckatoona, Mississippi. 52 miles south of Meridian.
All right, all the way from Buckatoona, Mississippi. So if you can come from Mississippi, I know that you can get up here next year and get off your couch and come down to Juneteenth. And also Ruby Highsmith. I wasn't going to say Hightower, as someone else called you earlier. Hi, Smith. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you for
All
your
right.
time.
Well, that was an African king and queen. It started out as a fundraiser, but it ended up to be fun because the two people that became Malik and Malika, right today they still think they're king and queen, the way they go around, and with the profound interest and concern that the community's shown them, and they got a chance to ride in the front of the parade and the convertible car and wave to the crowd, and for those 2 days we were their subjects and we treated them that way. So it was a great fundraiser, and it was lots of fun.
And at that time we were going through more of an awareness, a black awareness, be proud of who you are, your own history, and things of that nature. And that's what it was. It wasn't something that we were trying to, at the time, say something against other types of beauty pageants and things like that. What it was saying is that that you had the same beauty within your own community. And it was just another effort to get people to work on self-concept or self-image. And so we selected a Malik and Malika from within our own community that would be something that the people could rally around in terms of that particular event. And we wanted to make it a tradition for that, similar to what you do with homecoming queens at football games and things like that. It was more of a self-pride, self-awareness, self-image kind of an activity.
This is common ground that we have brought to Juneteenth for the children's tent because we are trying to keep our children aware of the violence that has come into our community and taken many, many lives. In order for our children to learn that violence is a learned behavior, we have given them a visual of family and what family means and how mothers and fathers and aunts and uncles and classmates care about our children. This is my friend Mary Jeffries that's walking beside me. And what do you have to say, Mary?
I invited Laura Jackson to bring her display here because, as she said, the children do need to know that there's other routes they can take other than violence. And her display says it all. You only saw the back. The front has more information. Information for our children, not just the children, but our children.
We are all involved in...
As you can see, this tent is full every year for Juneteenth. All the children come under this tent to do free arts and crafts. And because this display is here, I want the parents to see. I want the parents to see what child's life has taken away through violence. All the violence in the communities, there's alternatives. And thanks to Miss Jackson, who has brought this display into being, I'm very thankful for Ms. Jackson. This idea will go far and wide. I will support her to the end on this making a difference.
Thank you, Mary.
That's what Common Ground is about, making a difference.
It was a major project, and for about 9 months before it happened, I think the organization turned all of its resources almost to making Juneteenth happen. We talked to people who had done festivals similar to that. We got the gentleman who had created or helped to create the Allentown Arts Festival to meet with us and to consult with us and tell us how to do it. We had to organize everything. You know, none of us had ever done anything like this before. So it was a major enterprise and very exciting, scary time, because the weekend that it was scheduled to occur, it rained all that weekend. We had to cancel it and bring it back to next weekend. It caught on. The idea, people didn't even know how to say the word. But I think what I discovered is that there were a lot of people in Buffalo who felt the same way I did about the bicentennial. So when the Juneteenth thing came along, African American was happy to find something that they could identify with. So our meetings were very well attended. We had several special committees for entertainment, for concessions, for the Malika contest, for sports, for youth, for seniors. We had several committees working in at the same time on all of these things, and it was just nice to see all that pull together, come together, and the festival occur when it did.
So most people say that Juneteenth '76 was the best one. Do you think it was the best one?
I actually think the second one that we did was better than the first. The first was good because it was the first time that you had done it, but we learned a lot the first time, and I think the second time was better.
Wait a minute, let me get in this. You already did. Stay on TV. What Juneteenth is all about?
Supposedly about freedom. It should be a little bit more, but at this point it's a lot better, and I hope it continues to get a little better. I'm sure, in my particular case, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make any contribution I possibly can to make it better.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Very much.
Coming back next year?
No question. No matter where I might be, and I might be out of town, but I'll still come back. Because Buffalo is home.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I would just like to say a few words, just a few. I'm here tonight meeting people that I met before Juneteenth ever was come about. Rodriguez, Anthony Rodriguez, he worked with me in social work. I see him here tonight. And there's so many of these young people, I call them young people, because my birthday, next birthday, I'll be 90 years old. I thought one time if I resigned, it wouldn't be nobody to carry on Juneteenth. But I'm telling you, I have the greatest board, which I'm president emeritus. But this board that's carrying on Juneteenth is out of this world. So that's all I have to say. So thank this board over and over for carrying on Juneteenth on.
Juneteenth 1998, I have the pleasure right now to see, I don't know about this right here, okay? This used to be my man when I was DJ Primetime up at WBNY, 1992, 1993. This was my man right here, Greg Burke, DJ Reek. You might know about him, seen his articles up in the challenge and everything. How's everything going, man?
Good, man. What's up with you?
What's up with you?
Just out here enjoying the day of Juneteenth, man.
So now people might know you, man, from public access shows, this, that, and the other thing, but for folks who don't know you, man, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Man, well, I'm the most multifaceted brother in the low, you know what I'm saying? DJ, promotions, marketing, whatever you want, whatever you need, you know, concert promotions, you name it, I done did it. So, I'm about to relocate right now at the low, but, you know, everything's gonna get better for me and everything. Starting July 4th, you can check me out up at the Metroplex, downtown Buffalo, and be DJing there on a weekly basis, so, you know, come check it out.
Sounds good, man.
From BLK.
Woo! So now tell me a little bit about everything that's going on out here, man. Take a look over your shoulder. Just tell me about all the flavor and everything that's going on, how you feel about Juneteenth.
Juneteenth is a lovely thing for black people, you know what I'm saying? We all could get together, have some fun, enjoy our food, our culture, and everything like that. Meet people, you know, new people we haven't seen in years, you know, catch up with them. You know, things like that.
So what's on your agenda, man, for today?
What's on my agenda for today? Go get some grub. No, other than that, just check the vibe out, man. You know, that's pretty much about it. You
said you're moving up out the low, man. You're moving west coast. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm going to the west, you know, to relocate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the low, but the thing is, we all know what the problem is with the low. So, I mean, gotta relocate. So, Buffalo, I love you. Gotta go.
On a serious tip, man, talk about African-American freedom, unity, just togetherness, and the whole thing, the whole positive vibe, the whole historical concept as far as Juneteenth is concerned.
Like from what aspect?
From original way back in Galveston when they told slaves that they was free all the way till now, man, when we can get together and just work on it. Sort of like an African-American Independence Day.
This is what I can say, you know, yeah, this is something like an African Independence Day, but the thing is, you know, to tell all these young brothers and sisters out here, everybody need to read all you can, learn as much as you can about your history and your people and the different organizations within the black community, you know what I'm saying? Because you need to be involved. I mean, not even so much as being in an organization, but just support different organizations and what they're doing to bring the community up, you know what I'm saying? So we all can rise as a people. You know what I'm saying?
Really quick, what's going on the music scene as far as what's coming up? I guess they have a big concert announced for Darien Lake, July 22nd. It's going to be something big. Tell me a little bit about that and what's going on in the music scene in Buffalo real quick.
Oh yeah, the Smoking Grooves is coming up. You know, Buffalo always got, you know, some nice tour packages coming through the city. But locally, the thing that's happening right now is Upstate Entertainment. They got a tape out, Upstate Gang Bang 98. You know, I DJ with them at a show we did at Darien Lake about 2 or 3 weeks ago before, you know, it's Juneteenth here. So they got a show coming up in Hamilton on June 21st. So we're going to be up there in a couple weeks. That's Malek and Slice, Noble Savage, world famous Scotty Earl and the whole gang. So that's the most promising hip-hop group to ever come out of Buffalo. So everybody go out there to your local record store and buy that album.
Now, I don't know this to be true, but I heard Divine and Debonair might be appearing on an entertainment stage right very close in this area today. Here it is, so, you know, it's all good.
That's old school hip-hop from the low, One Time for Your Mind, you know. Divine and Debonair, they come way back to, like, the days of Kid Code and Total Holocaust and all those other groups from back around 88, 89, you know. I give them their props. They still doing it. They got a tight stage, so more power to the brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Before we break out, man, you want to look in that camera and say what's up to anybody?
Yeah, I just like to say what's up to everybody in the low, everybody around the low, Rochester, Toronto, everywhere else. What's up?
Greg, Tariq Burke, my man from way back in the day. Friends forever, like Chucky. You know what I'm saying? Here at Juneteenth, 1998. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Should blast to make cash. So block this cat, try to hit the stash. Got a whole lot, plus I gotta get a bath brown mama. Come on now, you really couldn't stop me like to kick up. Okay, tonight, happy to meet ya. Be just a little bit who cares? I didn't ask you. Mad jewels, mad pearls, rack the cashews. Quick to blast you while he shoot this all you. We soapy like shampoo. You know the rules. We wanna be out. We bumpin' VI. We're just the MI. Fresh sky whipping out the parking lot.
Sitting on toilets, longer than the club. Yo. Throw your hands up, throw your hands up. All real life niggas, throw your hands up.
And the sign pretty much says it all. Racism, just undo it. Black writing down here, white writing up here, black and white, the contrast. It's really not even about colors, folks. It's just really about us coming together, all people, black, white, Asian, you name it, Native American, all together coming together as one. And that's what we're here doing as part of Juneteenth. We just ask that everybody in Buffalo keep the spirit together as far as Juneteenth, the unity, the sense of family, cooperation, and just the overall good vibe, that you keep that in your heart 365 days a year, just like you do Christmas, Kwanzaa, Valentine's Day, whatever you might do. So we're signing off here from Juneteenth 1998. We'll check you out next year, Juneteenth 1999, and then of course the silver anniversary coming up in the year 2000. So thanks a lot. Juneteenth signing off here, BCTV Tonight, TCI 18. I'm Chris Bishop, of course, brought to you by Jet Set Entertainment. Peace.
Sing about love and peace, but the place that I'm from, the war will never cease. We start releasing what I'm going to down. I needed the little tail to keep it down. You keep the top, so they push the back. I don't want to be spoken at the heart and back. I say, we got to find a break the chain. You got to elevate your brain. Wake it up. We've got to find some time. Then try to follow those down. We might stumble sometime. Victory come down. I never wanted to possess a gun, cause I never had a reason to kill no one. But in Western society, told me that you go to keep some protection. That make a reason that they may not go. That make a reason that they just don't stop. Looking at me to see that I am focused and ready. I am a soldier, I say, never go away. Shooting at the door, give me another back. Told me you're coming with me, and I shoot them right back. Got to fight sometime. They're trying to hold us down. We might stumble sometime. Victory come down like fire. I want to sing about love and peace, but the place that I'm from, the war would never cease. We start releasing what I'm going down. I don't feel the living jail to keep it down. You take the time, so they push the track. I don't want to be smoking at the highway back. I say, we got the plan to break the chain. You got to elevate your brain. Wake up. Got to fight sometime. It's not far. They'll try to battle us, pull us